Glashütte Original has just launched two new Senator chronographs, each with a very different look, but rooted in the same rich Saxon heritage. Which one would I pick? Let's get into it. Despite being a smaller watchmaking town, there are a lot of watchmakers packed into the Glashütte region. They all draw on the history of the region, but Glashütte Original does stand out as the only watchmaker in Glashütte that can truly say it's been a watchmaker for over 180 years. It's also one that proudly boasts that around 95% of its components, or more, are designed, manufactured, finished, and assembled in-house. With so much control over the fabrication and finish of its creations, you know you're getting a very true, pure expression of German watchmaking that never dilutes the traditions that make watches from Glashütte so coveted, while also not being afraid to push the envelope with its style, textures, and colors. While Glashütte Original is known for indulging in more explosive, eye-catching color, with these two new models, the distinction is not so much a plainer color and a bolder color. It's more about the sensibility of the dial aesthetic, with the Senator Chronograph Navigator delivering much more of a tool watch feel, while the Senator Chronograph feels more elegant with its more dressy dial. It's interesting how two watches with the same case shape, dimensions, and finish, and the same caliber and strap options can feel so different. The Senator Chronograph Navigator's more tool watch look is not a coincidence. This iteration tributes Glashütte chronographs from the 1940s when the UROFA caliber 59 and the first modern Glashütte wristwatch chronograph were born. The matte, deep black lacquer dial really absorbs all of the light that hits it, making it very easy for the eye to discern the time and chronograph indications as a proper tool watch should. Speaking of legibility, the Senator Chronograph Navigator has the distinction of having Arabic hour indices crafted from blocks of superluminova, meaning applied three-dimensional numerals that really light up and add depth to the dial in any setting. The Senator Chronograph style is more in line with the broader Senator collection, but it's no less rooted in German watchmaking history. Its grained galvanic silver dial and its Roman numerals take inspiration from historic observation watches produced in Glashütte during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, robust precision pocket watches that were primarily used for maritime navigation. However, Glashütte Original has not only heat blued the steel hands, but also blue-coated the solid gold applied Roman numeral hour indices. Both dials omit 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock applied hour indices to make room for the two counters, the left counter indicating the running seconds and the right counter a 30-minute elapsed minute scale for the chronograph. They also each boast, and this is a standout feature for sure, Glashütte Original's panorama date display. Though this Dresden Opera House-inspired date display is not exclusive to the brand, its panorama date does have the distinction of being constructed with concentric coaxial discs on the exact same plane with no overlapping separation, eliminating the vertical center dividing bar that other watchmakers require to hide the gap between vertically stacked or separated discs. And Glashütte Original offers this complication very often in steel, which is another notable point of distinction as well. Both models have 50-meter water-resistant stainless steel cases that are 41 millimeters in diameter and 48.5 millimeters lug-to-lug across the wrist, very much in the larger, but still very safe and favored range in terms of fit, right? I suspect that many of you watching this are perfectly content with that dimension set, and even my smaller wrist, totally wrist manageable. But with the flyback chronograph and panorama date complication, the watches are probably on the thicker side, right? Wrong. Since the in-house 3724 caliber inside is just 34.2 millimeters in diameter and 8 millimeters thick, it can accommodate all this functionality with a total case thickness of 12.9 millimeters. I think most people would agree that a chronograph with an in-house movement in a case under 13 millimeters thick is a sign of a very strong design and a very talented watchmaker with a lot of know-how. That covers off the fit, but in terms of finish, both cases have richly brushed case bands and lugs with mirror-polished bezels and lug bevels, delivering a utility-driven feel with elevated accents to also offer a sense of elegance and refinement. Though exquisite and well-fabricated externally speaking, the in-house caliber is an equal or greater attraction when it comes to these watches. And there's a reason why they do that pano inverse watch, right? But look, the in-house caliber 3724 is an integrated column wheel flyback chronograph movement with 70 hours of power reserve and a silicon balance spring to resist against magnetism. The decoration of the caliber is meticulous and really exceptional, with beveled edges, black polished steel components, heat blued screws, and of course, this signature 3/4 bridge plate with a handsome Glashütte stripe finish that is not just another name for Swiss Côte de Genève. I mean, yes, they are both striping finishes, but Glashütte Original striping takes 3 times as long, as it requires 3 passes, with each pass 1/100th of a millimeter deeper. And you can't just do one pass at 3/100ths of a millimeter depth, as the bridge plate would get too wobbly and unstable to finish. This makes the stripes, originally a functional design to catch dust and debris inside the movement, even deeper, and also, more important for the modern times, adding literal visual depth as we look at it in the exhibition caseback. Looking at the balance cock, you'll find a swan's neck regulator fabricated in-house through ultra-precise wire spark erosion and then black polished for a very exquisite look. I know I keep saying exquisite, but it really is. Then you have the balance wheel, which is outfitted with solid gold regulating screws for even further movement regulation. And by the way, not only the screws throughout the watch are made in-house, but even the screwdrivers watchmakers use to get them in. This is really in-house watchmaking with no asterisk. For both watches, you have the same set of 3 strap options to choose from. A Louisiana alligator leather strap, in black for the Senator Chronograph Navigator and in blue for the Senator Chronograph, a sand-colored synthetic strap made from recycled materials, and a 3-link stainless steel bracelet. All of these strap options have quick-release systems that make them easy to affix and remove, and for the first time ever for the brand, the folding clasps used for the leather and synthetic straps even have a quick change mechanism should you wish to remove the folding clasp and put it on another strap option with ease. Lastly, the bracelet does include a fine adjustment system so you can better find your perfect fit on the wrist. So, it's really impressive how, when you look at this set of chronographs, it's really only the straps and the silicon balance spring, which is made in group by Swatch, that are not made in-house. This really affords the brand its own creative autonomy, really acting almost like an independent watchmaker despite being a part of the Swatch group. The results speak for themselves, with handsome dials, ergonomic cases, exquisite high-performing movements, and signature German watchmaking design elements performed by a manufacturer that has accumulated over 180 years of know-how. These are 2 premium chronograph watches with a price tag that might surprise you, but not in a bad way. On either of the 2 straps, the price is set at $16,100 and on a bracelet, it's set at $17,100. Considering the flyback and panorama date complications, the level of hand decoration, and the 95% made in-house number that is nearly twice what is required to have the Made in Glashütte designation, I think this is a very attractive offering for those who want a very high quality, truly German and Made in Glashütte chronograph watch. As for my pick, I think I would go for the Navigator on the sand-colored synthetic strap, as much as I'm a bracelet guy. But, I like the silver dial with the full set of blued hands and blued applied Romans. But yeah, there's something about the Navigator that really speaks to me. But more importantly, which of the 2 models would you pick? And which of the 3 strap options? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the Time+Tide channel for all the latest watch news, reviews, and content. And as always, see you on the next one.